Good evening, Butterfly Tribe. I am back with another video. Thank you all for joining me tonight. And tonight's video is going to be about, as you can see from the title, grief, which is something that I'm dealing with and, trying to get through it. But that's what the topic is going to be about tonight. It has taken me, a couple of years to actually want to talk about this, and me right in the midst of this grief and depression, and I say, why not go ahead and talk about it while I'm in the midst of it, instead of waiting until I actually get over it, get through it, whatever. But yeah, grief is the Webster's dictionary definition for grief is a deep sorrow for the loss of a loved one. Let me see. Deep sorrow that caused by someone's death. That's what Webster says. A deep sorrow that's caused by someone's death. But me, grief, it's like, it's really unexplainable. To me, it's unexplainable because I have dealt with so many deaths in my life. And my first death that I ever dealt with was my oldest brother in the 80s, when he died of AIDS. That was my first time experiencing death and dealing with grief. And it seems like from there to, my mom passing away, my biological dad passing away, my stepdad passing away, my a couple of uncles passing away, my auntie passing away, and all of those deaths has no comparison to when I lost my son. That's a pain that you can't explain. It's like a dagger in your heart, and you're trying to pull it out, but every time you try to pull the dagger out, it causes more pain. And sometimes the pain, it gets to where it's unbearable, and then the tears start flowing. Tears can't stop flowing, and then before you know it, the depression creeps in. And since I've been dealing with this grief, it's like I've been on an emotional roller coaster, and it doesn't feel good at all being on an emotional roller coaster, because you don't know what the grief is going to bring from one day to the next. You don't know what feelings it's going to bring, what emotion is going to come with it. And when it comes, you just got to know how to deal with it. And I thank God that I have God on my side, that I have a relationship with God, because I know that had I not had a relationship with God dealing with this situation, I would be in live stream myself. Because losing a child that you carried inside of you for 9 months, that you watched grow for 33 years. My son was in my life for 33 years. And I watched him grow for 33 years. And then all of a sudden he's gone. And me thinking, okay, Daisy, you have made it through a lot of other things. You have made it through many other deaths. But when I say this one, it hit different. It is so different when you lose a child. It's so different when it's one of your very own. I mean, like, I don't even know how to explain it, because it's like life as you knew it then changed, and you got to readjust. It's a new normal for you that you're getting used to, and there are days that you don't want to get used to it. You want it to go back to the way it was. Even though when my son was living, it was hard for him. It was rough for him. It was very hurtful to me to see him the way he was. But I was able to see him. I was able to encourage him. I was able to hug him and kiss on him and give him encouraging words and love on him. He was still here for me to do all that. And now that he's not, it's like a piece of me is gone. That's what it feels like. A piece of me is gone. And there are times that, I walk around like it's like I'm drifting. And I try to put my best foot forward, and most of the time when people see me out in the public, they don't know what I'm going through on the inside behind closed doors, because I put my best foot forward and try not to let what I'm going through show on my outer appearance or wear my feelings on my shoulders. But I have gotten to the point that, should I say, I'm tired of putting my best foot forward, that I want to deal with this situation. And I know, some would say that, it's been 2 years now. You should be over this now. No, I shouldn't, because that's my son. It's going to take as long as it takes. Grief does not have a time span on it, does not have a timetable on it. This is something that I would never get over, but I'm learning to live with it. I am learning to live with my son not being here. Some days are better than others. Some days are not. Some days I just, I'm here, but I'm not here. It's like I find myself drifting away. Like, it's like having an out-of-body experience. Have I ever had an out-of-body experience? No, I haven't. I have not had an out-of-body experience, but that's what I can imagine what it feels like. Because, like, I'm sitting here now. If I allow myself to just think about my son for, a good while, I find myself drifting off and going off into what if. Shoulda did this, shoulda did that. And I'm still trying to get rid of the questions, because that why is still there. And I know that I'll probably never get an answer to the why, because I was talking to my therapist the other day, and he asked me the question, if God told you why, would it change how you grieve? Would it stop you from grieving if he told you why? And I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, no, probably wouldn't, because that's still not going to bring him back if I knew why. So why should I keep staying in the past trying to figure out why when I can move forward and be healed and just leave the why where it is? Because only one person knows why he did it, and that is God and him. So if I never know why, I still know that I gotta move on and I gotta get past this, and I know I will get past this. And this is one of my steps of me getting past it, talking to you all about it. And I have not talked to anybody about it, but a few people. But I'm tired of just existing, and I want to start living. So dealing with this grief and this depression in the open, instead of trying to deal with it in secret and by myself. Because I'm a type person that keep my issues and problems to myself. Because I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. But this too shall pass, and I know it will pass. So I'm just going to continue to talk about it and trust the process of God getting me through this. I don't see this as something that God cannot heal me from, because I have witnessed God heal me from a lot of other things too. But I'm sorry, this was not my intention to cry, but I gotta deal with this. And I think me taking you all on this journey with me is gonna help me even the more. So I'm here, hey, if I cry, I cry, hey, it is what it is. But I want to be completely healed and set free from the depression. I know a lot of you wouldn't imagine that I deal with depression, but I do. So, and I'm on my journey to be healed, set free, and delivered, and dealing with this grief and knowing how to process it. And when it come up, dealing with it when it come up, instead of pushing it aside and just not dealing with it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I thank you all for being here with me, watching the video, and please like, share, and subscribe. And want to give any comments, they are appreciated. And I thank you so much for being a part of the Butterfly Tribe. Thank you. Good night. Now my video done.